This video is my honest review and experience of Cake DeFi. I've been an active user for almost 6 months now. First of all, I'm going to have a short intro about Cake DeFi and the DeFi token. If you want to get straight to the main dish, I'll leave some timestamps down below in the description. The main part will cover the risk as well as pros and cons of staking and liquidity mining with Cake. At the end, I'll take a brief look at the partners. So what does Cake do and who are they? Cake is a platform that allows users to get cash flow from their cryptocurrencies in the most transparent way. Cake is based in Singapore and fully complies with all regulatory requirements by the Authority of Singapore. This is according to their website, and I haven't checked or confirmed this in any way. The Cake is run by the Cake team as listed here. First of all, Julian Hasp, CEO and co-founder of Cake DeFi. This guy's face is all over YouTube, Twitter, and DeFi space. I like to call him the face of DeFi. u-zyn, CTO and co-founder. This guy's really good with coding. I like to call him the brain of DeFi. You can see him in some videos, and he's an active dude with head in multiple companies. And Fabio, this guy is social media guy. You can speak with him on Telegram. He's pretty active, and he also has a few videos. Usually when I email Cake DeFi, this is the guy that answers me. When I first started using Cake, they only had like 12 employees, so obviously they've grown quite a bit. And the DeFi blockchain. DeFi blockchain is not built on Ethereum like Uniswap, Sushi, Curve, and most other decentralized finance-related tokens. The DeFi chain is an independent blockchain forked and built on top of Bitcoin. The code is written in the same language as Bitcoin and integrates really nicely, according to Julian Hasp, the CEO of Cake DeFi. Pool by Cake is one of the earliest staking sites where we find DFI-token. We're able to transact DeFi just like any other cryptocurrencies. As more DeFi capabilities opens up on DeFi blockchain, we will be able to utilize DeFi to perform decentralized trustless financial transactions, such as initiating a loan contract, decentralized exchange trading, and more. Here follows what I look at as pros and cons of using Cake DeFi. Cake operations are fully transparent. We're able to independently verify the nodes and rewards on the node's status page. Some companies only claim to be staking, but aren't in reality. So far, Cake is a well-run company with a good long-term strategy that is sustainable for long-time hodlers. We do not have to worry about how many more coins are required to run a node. Cake does all the heavy lifting and therefore gives us a simple user experience. By self-service, I mean the option to enter or exit services on your own terms. I do not have to contact Cake to sell my staking shares. I simply use the intuitive web interface to manage my account. When you stake with Pool by Cake, you do not stake specifically for each node. You stake for all the collected nodes for each coin. This means more predictable and consistent returns. We have options for auto-compounding with my permission. Cake compounds your rewards automatically, not every month, week, or day, but every single reward. This translates to spending less time and earning more crypto. Cake handles coin security as follows. The Cake storage is currently set up such that it can only be accessed by very highly trusted individuals. Only the executive team of Pool by Cake has access, and it is done under surveillance. The private keys are also backed up and held separately by trusted individuals should the executive team become unreachable. I do not know who does this surveillance, nor who these trusted individuals are. I'm assuming the executive team is at least Julian and u-zyn, probably a few more as well. Withdrawals are made manually by the team and takes around 24 hours. I did one myself and got the Bitcoin no problem after the mentioned time. I've heard that they're working on a faster solution, thankfully. Regulation is about KYC, know your customer. Cake currently has proof of identity and proof of address. Personally, I hope that in future they can use identity or KYC on blockchains with some projects like Idena. There's obviously a high trust factor of the team and community. You have to trust both u-zyn and Julian Hasp, and that nobody runs off with your funds or anything like that. Staking was the first service and reason I started using Cake. At a very basic level, staking means locking your crypto assets in a proof of stake blockchain for a certain period of time. These locked assets are used to achieve consensus, which is required to secure the network and ensure validity of every new transaction to be written to the blockchain. Those who stake the coins in a proof-of-stake blockchain are usually called validators. For locking their assets and providing services to the blockchain, validators are rewarded with new coins from the network. Please consider other factors such as team, community, purpose, liquidity when choosing your staking coin. I'm going through staking at Cake. I personally don't have to fulfill the two criteria of technical knowledge and financial commitment. I decide on my own how much I want to stake, and I don't need the technical knowledge. I'm going to go through the transparency and risk, pros and cons. Obviously, the first one is not your keys, not your coins. This is what we talked about earlier. I'm going to head over to the website right now. And let's see, we're here at the main website. So just go to staking. And you can see here, first of all, the pros is a pretty high APY of 37%. You get rewards every 28 seconds. It's easy to use. You have the option to auto compound right here. Just hit stake like that. You just buy shares from DeFi. You can buy with Bitcoin, Ether, whatever. I'm just gonna buy it right here, just like that. And there you go. I stake more. You can also unstake if you want to do that. And here's the frozen balance. I'm gonna go back to that soon. And you can unstake at any time, so it's easy to use. About the frozen one, go to confectionery. You can see here. Here's what I have frozen. So this one is defrostable in a long time, and you get rewards if you freeze like 10,000 or 100,000. I mean, but that's a lot. It's far away. And obviously, if you freeze, it's a little less liquid. You can't sell these DeFi tokens as fast as you want. So there's a downside. About the transparency of network, you can track the transactions here. Here you see the rewards listing. You can paste the transaction in like here, and you can see whatever is going on. And check if it matches the number, it looks, and you can track whatever transactions you want. To see your payouts, you can just see here, reward listing, confirmed. See how many payouts. This is just today, and in total 2,560. You can scroll through them all if you want to, but there's really no point. And quickly about the risk, not your keys, not your coins, refers to the fact that the Cake team can run off with your funds. I don't see this as very likely since they have a higher economic benefit by making a successful, legit company, and by running away with the funds they stole, the token will likely be devalued. There's a risk that DeFi blockchain project fails and the DeFi token becomes devalued, of course, and the Cake company can break down or shut down from regulations in Singapore or US or whatever. Funds could, in theory, get blocked, though this is not very likely. Next one is Lapis service. Lapis service provides cash flow for your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether. Your principal and returns are fully guaranteed and risk-free with potential bonuses according to Cake. Since Lapis is well explained elsewhere, I'm going to show you where to find a good example, how it's done, and focus on risks and pros and cons. So here you go on the website. You just hit Lapis right here. You can see the auto compounding right here as well as staking. The returns are obviously lower, but you get the returns in Bitcoin and what you call it, DeFi. I'm just using these two. I haven't tried Tether since I'm not a big fan of Tether. Let's see an example here. So, for example, batch 46. You can see this is my entry. This is how much DeFi I get fixed return. 9%, you get 5% of Bitcoin, 4 in DeFi. This is what I got back then. And if the price goes up to 23,000, I get a bonus. And you see I get the bonus in DeFi. No, in Bitcoin, my bad. In Bitcoin. And if you go back to 39 here, you can see I had some Bitcoin here. And the price started rising, so I hit the bonus both here, and I got higher APY and more rewards. So if you don't want to miss out on the price rise in Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would recommend Lapis. The downsides are obviously, as mentioned, 4 weeks lock time. The security part, same as with staking, and obviously the part of the yield is in DeFi and not 100% in Bitcoin. Yeah, like here, you see, it's divided. But the upside, you can have a potential bonus. You can have the auto compounding, which you turn on. You can also see if I go to my entry here, I can hit whether I want to just have the entry and return, entry only, or if I do not want to auto compound. There's no fees. The partners takes 1%, but we don't have to pay that. Pretty easy to use. Disney yield. Feel it's alright, safe. And if we go back to risk, they say guaranteed. I don't see any investments on guaranteed return. They claim that the partners guarantee their return, but obviously if the partners fail somehow or there's something wrong with their business, this is not guaranteed return. There's no investment without any risk, in my opinion. And there's also another downside. All the individual trades are not transparent, like staking. We don't see what kind of trades Sparrow and Signum Capital, which are local Singapore companies, what kind of trades they do and how they actually get this yield. But so far, I mean, they're pulling this off for quite a while now, so I don't see why they should stop. There is a risk. There's no guarantee. There's also a risk. Okay, here we go. The last one. The newest and most exciting addition to Cake DeFi, liquidity mining. There are plenty of good videos on liquidity mining, so I'm not going to go into detail and explain it. Here we're just going to head straight for a risk and looking at the practical usage on the Cake website. First of all, smart contract basically means code bug, and dumb down, it's bad coding, which results in getting your funds stuck or hacked. Project risk, I mean, the team can somehow pull out all the funds and you get nothing. I haven't read the code, but it should be a problem. And the DEX is audited. I mean, the DEX, this decentralized exchange, is only one DEX and not multiple, which makes things a whole lot easier. And the most relevant risk, impermanent loss, which is well explained in other videos, especially by Finmatics. You should be patient and wait for prices to come back. It's my best tip, and in most cases you'll earn more on yield compared to the impermanent loss. You can see here on the website, just hit liquidity mining, you can see the yields are sky high right now. They're probably going to come down, and of course the risk is higher as well with the impermanent loss and everything. Here you can see how much I've earned. I haven't been doing this for a long time, so it's not too much, but I mean it's pretty high. 200 plus APY is pretty good, pretty good. And obviously, same security flaws as with staking in Lapis, not your keys, not your coins. You get rewards after every 12 hours. There's higher fees here than with Lapis and staking. Obviously, the highest risk on the website, since you get the permanent loss and all other risks. And there is also potential for having your own keys on here. So if you use the DeFi app, you can have yields a little bit higher. Let's see, yeah, a little bit higher, and you get to have your own keys. But this is hard to use. I haven't tried it. So Cake DeFi claims to be partners with Sparrow and Signum Capital right here. I can't confirm this in any way. I'm looking at the website. Here's Sparrow, here's Signum Capital. There's no mentioning of Cake anywhere. I have tried to confirm this by reaching out on Twitter and email. They haven't replied so far, probably because of the holidays. If they answer, I'll give you an update in the comment section. Either way, I'm just going to assume that they're partners and Cake is not lying to us. So, Sparrow, first of all, this is the one here. Sparrow is the leading options trading platform. Its headquarters in Singapore. And you can see they have many partners and looks to be a pretty serious firm. Signum Capital, consulting firm for blockchain-based companies. Pros, by having partners makes the Lapis service possible, and it helps Cake and DeFi grow while strengthening the trust factor of the company. If you look more at the cons, more companies may mean more loopholes and hackable coding. You might have to trust more companies and communities with your KYC details. If one of the other companies fails, it can affect Cake DeFi. And you have the factor of u-zyn, which is the CTO of Cake. Go to his LinkedIn here. You can see, probably recognize this guy. He's obviously working for Cake right now. He's also in this, whatever this is, and consultant here, and you see Sparrow. He's also working in Sparrow. So I like to believe that they have an active partnership for this reason, but I have no idea about Xeno. Thanks a lot for watching the video. You can get $30 worth of DFI by using my ref code on the screen. This will also help me out, and I would really appreciate it. The code is copy-pasteable, or you can use the link in the description if you prefer that.